everybody, it is me, Tuesday, and today we're here talking about the anime. If it's for my daughter, I'd even defeated Demon Lord episode 2. Okay, now one thing that I just noticed about the series is that literally, oh my god, they chose the perfect voice actor for the perfect character because of the way that he acts. Literally, this voice actor, whenever when he voices any male character, they always act exactly the freaking same. It's like they get the right guy for the right job. Like this guy's voice actor, like if you've seen him in any other roles, he acts like the exact same guy in literally any series. Like any series that I've watched with this guy, every single character that he plays acts exactly the same. There's like no difference whatsoever like anywhere. Like literally, it's just that little like high pitched, annoying, just like all over the place maniac that just acts like that. Like literally, that's what Dale is. That's what literally any character is with this attribute. And literally, I just can't unsee it. I just can't unsee it. Like literally, the way that he acts is literally dumb. I enjoyed him in the first episode, but the second episode, I like don't even like him anymore. As much as I like the moments between him and Latina, I just hate it. I just hate it so much. Like, man, like if this is how he's gonna act in every single episode, I would rather just read the manga. I would rather just read the manga. I still haven't read it like I said I would in the first episode, but I just don't even want to don't even want to listen to this guy speak anymore. Like, other people can probably tolerate it. I can't. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So at the starting of the episode, we saw how apparently we saw a scene between Latina and her dead father, like with him like saying like a speech to her saying how she got born on a rainbow sky and that she's like and then like because there's a rainbow sky like before he died or something like that when they were in the forest, you saw that she saw that he also had the same raggedy clothing as she did, and then he said how because there's a rainbow right now that means that the god is looking down on them and like is checking up on them and stuff like that. And then after that, the scene ended with her just waking up alone again, and her getting a little bit scared because Dale's gone. And then she like says Dale, and then the main character ends up becoming very worried, and then has to like rush up and then hug her and stuff like that. So then he ends up going on like on a journey. He ends up trying to go on another adventure again, but then he's like being very reluctant about it, and he's being very worried about the girl. But then Latina's just like not worried whatsoever. Like it's very simple. It's very simple. Like she understands that how he needs to leave and that she needs to stay, but then he's making such a big deal out of it. And like, man, like those type of scenes just make me cringe so much. It makes me just want to like look away from the screen. And to be honest, when I did watch that scene, I looked away from the screen. I was just being very cringed out by him because really just like I said before, this character, this voice actor, whenever he voices these type of characters, cringe. It's just cringe every single time. Just man. Unless when the characters act normal, that's the only time that I actually like them. So he finally leaves, which took a long time because Rita had to like get him to leave, and then it was cute. It is cute seeing her talk. We saw that by the 9 minute mark of this episode, how like the Latina is starting to like learn the vocabulary, which I was saying in the last episode, how it's gonna be cool seeing her like being able to speak more and more human instead of having that demon language that she had. And I'm wondering if it's gonna be fully like there this episode, or maybe it's gonna like change into something else. We saw how after he left, Latina was like working at the restaurant slash pub. Apparently, it's a pub, restaurant slash pub. Apparently, she was working. She decided to work there. She started to like help around, like help Rita and help the other guy. I forgot what the blonde haired guy's name. If they even said his name, but she like started helping out. She started like grabbing dirty dishes from like people after they were done eating. It was taking like one at a time and was walking over, and then like everyone in the pub is being very nice to the girl and it's like being very cute. Like it would be really funny. Like a scene like this would like never happen in real life unless it was like a very like local place, not a city like this. If a little girl was at a pub like this, I think that just wouldn't work out. But if it was like in a little small town where there isn't any outer influences, then yeah, I think that a scene like this could probably happen. But it was definitely cute seeing it. Then like that. Then after that, we saw Dale return early because he was very worried about her, and then after that, he like learned about everything that happened, and then after that, the main character is very like what was it? Very jealous from the blonde haired guy because the blonde haired guy really likes Latina and really wants to like maybe he wants to adopt her instead of Dale, but then he keeps on like trying to ask Rita for kids. Like I think that in last episode that he liked because in this episode he asked the blonde haired guy asked Rita if she wanted to have kids, and it was a really funny moment right there. Other than that, the first 9 minutes are pretty okay. Other than me just hating on the main character right now, even though that I shouldn't, I'm okay with it. You don't need to think anything of it. So yeah, I'll be back in a few seconds to review 9 minutes to about 16 minutes. Okay, so I'm back. So around from like the 9 minute mark all the way into about like the 13 minute mark, I was getting bored out of my mind, just waiting for at least something to happen. At least something did finally happen to like gain my interest back. So then we saw that while Latina was still helping out the shop with Kenneth, the long-haired guy, like I finally figured out his name, finally just had that register into my mind in order to remember it. That they ran out of potatoes as they were preparing preparing like dinner or something like that, or preparing food for all of the people inside the pub. Is that Kenneth was about to leave to like go there, but then Latina wanted to come with him because she remembered how when she made potatoes and was going to make mashed potatoes in order for Dale to eat, because like Dale ate some with her last episode and he really liked it how she made it. So then she just said as she wanted to go with Kenneth, and then as they're like walking in the market together, Latina's holding on to like his apron, and then she ends up like letting go because she sees a rainbow. She's like a magical artist in like the crowd, like using rainbow magic tricks with like illusions, and then she ends up getting very like fancy, since she lets go, and then like he keeps on walking away when literally he shouldn't have done that. He should have done hand to hand, because that's really what you're supposed to do when you hold on to a kid. You're supposed to hold onto your hand, and you're supposed to always like check your corners or something like that, because like he just walks away, and then she's just like there, and then she ends up looking around after a while once the magic tricks are done, and then she's lost. Totally drama right there. That's definitely something that you could do in like a kids like anime like this, where you have like the one of the main characters being a kid, then she ends up getting lost. And then after that, like Keenan comes back to the shop and then tells Dale, and then Dale ends up having his very like enthusiastic freak out moments that characters like that are always known for. And then he ends up like being freaky out and not knowing what to do, but then Rita has to like tell him to like actually go and find her. So then he actually says, "Oh, that's a good idea. I need to leave." And then he leaves. And then after that, she ends up asking all the people in the pub, because some of them are knights and royal guards, that they should go out and help them. Then she says that if that isn't enough to like help them find Latina, then she'll give them like money to do it, like give them a reward. So then they all decide to leave the pub in order to look for her, because they don't want to eat without her because of how cute they think she is and how much they like seeing her around the pub and stuff like that. So then they all do it, and then we see like a little subplot with Latina as she's like lost and stuff like that. I really like the music during that part, because it's very like eerie, like very like scary moment, and then a whole bunch of kids come up to her saying that they don't know who she is, that they've never seen her before, and that the city's pretty huge. Like you would think that that of course you wouldn't see everyone in the city. Like this, like when you saw the city from last episode, this series is huge. So then after that, they end up like saying like asking if she's a noble and stuff like that. But then she ends up like transitioning from like speaking like regular like their Japanese like English sort of language to like going from that to from like her like speaking her demon language, then they can't understand her, so then they start thinking that she's like from like a foreign country and stuff like that. And then after that, the red haired dude, there's a red haired kid that as the Tina leaves, because she doesn't want to like cry in front of them, she doesn't want to deal with them because of how like mean they're being. And then after that, the guy just randomly just holds on to her, and then she starts calling him a pervert and stuff like that. And then a random like girl kid comes out of nowhere and then just starts beating them up. And I can't believe that the other girl beat the kids up so much that she made the blonde haired glasses kid bleed from his knee. Like seriously, that like, and then she's just like the Latina goes up to them as they're hurt on the ground and as they're apologizing, because that girl made them apologize to Latina. He's like, she's just like, "Are you okay?" And then the girl just says, "You should spit on it, because that's gonna make his wound better." And I'm just like, "Woo, that girl is definitely tough as steel right there." And then after that, she ends up using healing magic, and then she ends up like having like a magical circle appear, but it looks like a very dark energy. It looks like a very purple energy appearing, and then she's able to like heal his wound. And then they all act very surprised, and they're all like very like goo goo eyed towards her magical powers, because they've never seen it before. And I like it how like they like add that she's a kid, because like I'm going to assume that she's like maybe under 10, maybe she's like 9, 8 or younger, somewhere around that age. And then she like almost passes out from using her magic, and I guess that makes sense, like because I guess like it's the difference between if a teenager or an adult does it, because as a kid you're still developing, so of course your magic would also develop. You wouldn't have insane magic at such a young age. But then we did see her in the opening song doing some crazy magic, so I guess all that's gonna go on. But this part is the part where actually got me more interested into the series, so I guess we're gonna see what happens in the last bits of this episode in a few seconds. Just watched the ending of episode 2, and then all I gotta say is that like if there's like a plot twist with the title and stuff like that, that maybe this girl, like just from the ending with like her like talking to that dude in like the forest, like her father or her guardian or whatever, I'm just going to assume like apparently he looked the same as her, but I'm just going to assume this is totally just out of nowhere. I swear to God that if she's like somehow related to the demon lord, I'm just gonna be like, what? Like if that's somehow a part of the story of me just like having like a little bit of a theory, so I have sort of like something like that going on right now. I'm just gonna say that because apparently like the guy's just like fate is protecting you. I'm just like, okay, if that's just not coming out of like her father or her guardian's ass, and if that's like actually like true, that like her meeting up with Dale and like her having this is fate protecting her, I'm just gonna be like something's going on here. Something's gonna happen soon. Because we did see that in the opening song, just like I said earlier, is that like she's probably gonna end up going on adventures with him soon, and she's gonna know more than just healing magic because she ends up sort of becoming friends with like the other like kids that were like with her from before in the middle parts of this episode. She ends up becoming, I guess, like sort of best friends with the girl that protected her, Chloe, because like they're like holding each other's hands after she gets helped. And we saw how the guy at the pub that was the first person to volunteer to help find Latina. His name was I was gonna call him really like receiving hairline guy, but his name is Gilvester or something. Sylvester ends up actually finding the kids and ends up seeing Latina, and then the kids end up like getting very worried at first because they start talking about criminals and stuff like that. But then they see that the guy that like found them was a very nice guy, and ends up like asking Latina if she's okay, and then she does, and then he ends up taking her back to the pub, and then she ends up like saying that she's sorry to Kenneth, and Kenneth says that he's okay, which is a very cute moment. And then after that, we see how like she's saved and everyone's there. They get the Rita gives the reward to the kids, which is very nice. That's a pretty nice reward because there's just like I guess the kids found him instead of Sylvester, or at least Sylvester or something like that is a pretty nice dude. And then we see how everyone's there, even all the people that looked at her is there. But of course, we have a joke of a character, Dale, just being the guy that's still looking for her outside and still can't find her when she's at the pub already. You would think that they would have other guys going out there to go and tell him, but nope, he's just there. And so he ends up coming late. And as soon as when he arrives to like see that she's there, she like asks if she's okay, but then she starts crying, which is a very touching moment. And it wasn't really a bad moment, but it was a very cute moment, and I thought it was very good, very well done, seeing her cry and saying that she was very sad. She's saying that she's alone, and saying that she was very scared, and then she's a kind of flashback to when she was in the forest alone, and then after that she ends up like hugging Dale, and then saying how she doesn't want to be alone anymore, and that she wants to always be with him, which was pretty good scene. And then after that, we have him teaching her. One thing I forgot to talk about is how the whole entire her learning more languages that she isn't learning it by herself. Apparently, Dale's been teaching her by reading her children's book, and then he ends up teaching her more and more words as the pages go by. Because apparently, as the pages go by, they go to a little bit more difficult words that kids could learn. And then she finally gets to like one word that was rainbow, and then she ends up remembering more of like the conversation that she had with the guy at the beginning of the episode, which is him saying how I'll look over from beyond the rainbow, and that fate is watching you and stuff like that, which was just wow. And then the episode ended with her just sleeping on Dale's stomach and saying how she and thinking about how happy she is in this moment right now. And I wonder, just like I said, she basically says that she doesn't understand how she's able to use magic, which I guess is odd. I guess she's just able to do it because she was worried about the red-haired kid earlier in the episode. But I'm really wondering where that's gonna go. But based on this episode, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch the rest of the season whatsoever, because like I think that this is a pretty chill series, which is and I'm probably only going to review it if something cool happens soon. But if not, that's all I have to say for right now. If you enjoyed my thoughts on opinions on something, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this, what's really dislike. Yeah, see you guys in the next video or whatever other video I might do. And yeah, bye. See you later.